where 35,000 people live. They're only allowed 1 square meter of living space. And there are no toilet facilities at all. They simply, and they're living in this huge cesspool. Basically, that's what they're living in. And the one water pipe, or the several water pipes that run through the village, are actually running through excrement and everything.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, this is 2010.
That's exactly right.
I mean, the governments all around the world have to divert their war machine money and start providing for basic needs for people. And this isn't
It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't care what government it is. It's ridiculous. We are in the 21st century.
I know.
With our technology,
it's so
the money
sad.
in the world, it's just unnecessary.
Yes.
It really is unnecessary. So,
how about fashion? I love your purple.
Thank you. Love your purple. We are matching. You know, Deborah messaged me and she goes, I'm wearing purple. And that's of course, I have purple. But there is more importance to purple
Yes, you were telling me. This is really great.
So I was so pumped about hearing that Deborah wanted to wear purple this week. Because not only is purple a fabulous color, and a fabulous color in the fall, it has special meaning this week. As the, I believe, 6 or 7 recent killings of gay young men in our country and abroad have been... They've recently, I'm totally messing this up.
That's okay, I can edit this out. Or not. That's alright.
No, so they recently have taken their lives or have been killed, murdered, for being homosexual. So this week, it's sort of this national thing to honor their lives by wearing purple.
Well, very, very good. And I know that there was that horrible crime in New York City where those gay people were attacked by absolutely savages. Yeah. And I mean, was one of them killed? Or I'm not sure, but I mean, the story was just so repulsive. I just... So anyway, in memory. In memory.
You know, we are here to support.
I mean, this is another basic human right.
It is. You know, I wrote a paper in my political science class, in my undergraduate, about same-sex marriage as a human right. Not a civil right, but a human right. Because it comes down to love. But anyway.
Love has no gender,
That's exactly right. Amen to that. Okay. So, also today, who notified me of this, Dr. Barbara Schneider, Director of Composition,
she's
will
coming
be
over
joining
to be
us.
Interviewed.
Yeah.
You know, Barbara is a friend and a colleague. And this is my 8th year working with Barbara, and she is such a fabulous person. And later on today, she's going to be appearing with us, and she's going to be talking about how... writing is like running. So I'm really looking forward to speaking with her because she's just a wonderful person.
And not only is Barbara a wonderful educator, but she's also so fit. So I think she's put a lot of thought. She's put a lot of triathlons.
I hate her because she's so thin. No, I don't. I love her.
But it'll be interesting because I'm sure she's put a lot of thought into this.
I'm sure she has.
She's just fabulous. I mean, I'm enlightened every time I take a class from her.
Yeah, well, she's made all of us better rhetoricians.
Yeah, fabulous. You know, so she will be joining, and Deborah will be interviewing her.
Yes, I can't wait.
So it'll be exciting. So stay tuned for that.
So stay tuned.
So and also with Dr. Barbara Schneider, she informed me a couple weeks ago that Sister Helen Prigine, who wrote Dead Man Walking, there's also a film, Dead Man Walking, with Susan Sarandon and Sean Penn.
Ooh, Susan Sarandon just got. Oh well, she wasn't married. She
She
and Tim Robbins are now split.
Which is unbelievable.
But we're going to talk about that later, right? We're going to talk about the Cougar.
We'll
the Cougar split.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Absolutely. So Sister Helen Prigine will be here. Yes. She's performing tonight at 7:30.
Oh wow.
So you all will probably not get this in time, but I hope that maybe there'll be some feed on the UT website about her.
Oh, I'm sure
Just
there will
check it out
and
see if she's touring somewhere near you, wherever you are, because I'm going. I'm so excited to see what she has to say.
Yes, I'm going also.
Oh, you really?
Yes.
Great. Fantastic. So it'll be interesting. I mean, this woman is very controversial. You know, loved by many and hated by many.
Oh, that's the way of the world. You know, not everyone's going to love you.
We are loved by everyone, girl.
Well, let me tell you, when I was a little girl, because I had such wonderful parents and wonderful relatives, I thought when I was growing up, that everybody loves me, and they did. And then when I went out in the world, okay, and I went over to Europe, and I was traveling around, and I went, when you get out in the world, you discover that not everybody's going to love you.
Absolutely.
And that really hurt me, and sometimes it still does, but something? What can you do?
You have to be confident in yourself.
What
love yourself,
you do?
That's all that matters at the end of the day.
And love everyone equally.
Absolutely.
Well, hi everyone. We had told you a little bit earlier that we were having our first guest on today, Dr. Barbara Schneider, who is director of the composition program at the University of Toledo, and also is the director of the Writing Center. So welcome, Barbara. Barbara is not only a colleague of mine, she's a friend, and has made me such a better rhetorician just through knowing you, and I want to thank you for that.
Oh, well, you're more than welcome. I can't imagine what I did, but anyway.
Oh, well, you've done a lot, let me tell you. Barbara is really has been very, very forward-thinking in everything that she has done here. So we really appreciate all of your work, let me tell you. So when we were talking yesterday, you said that you wanted to talk about how writing is like running. So go ahead and take it from here.
Well, here's how I think about writing. I actually use athletic training metaphors frequently.
Yes.
To explain how I feel about writing and how I think people learn to write. First of all, I started writing at such a young age, and it's actually the only thing I do well. I can't sing, I can't dance. Ask the piano teacher, I can't play piano, but I've always been able to write.
Yes.
And so when I first was teaching basic writers, it was hard for me to relate to their struggle. And then I recalled my experience in aerobics classes. I am always the woman in the back row that's going this way when everybody else is going this way.
I can't believe that.
Oh, it's true. And I have really poor muscle memory, and so it takes me a very, very long time to learn how to do any of those routines. And I thought, that must be how people who struggle with writing feel. Like they must feel all the time like they're going this way when the rest of the class is going this way. And it creates in you a kind of self-consciousness, so that you're so worried about going this way instead of that way that you're kind of frozen.
Yes.
And so it creates not just a writer's block, but I think a writing anxiety that a lot of people experience. So I think by simply acknowledging that with basic writers, say, okay, this is like me trying to do aerobics. And then I work with them in the same way that the one person who could teach me aerobics worked. I went back through the same steps about 18 times, and it was always okay to fail.
Yes.
And because there was always revision. So that's one athletic metaphor I use to think about writing.
Well, I think that's a wonderful analogy. I really do.
Well, I have another one.
Yes! Well, please, that's why you're here.
The other one is where I actually do think about writing like running. And it goes like this. If you haven't run in a long time, and you go out and you run 3 miles, first of all, you're probably going to have to stop about after the first mile, just to get oxygen, right? And I've never understood why on races they have water stations and they don't have oxygen stations.
Yes.
That's always what I wanted. But if you do it consistently and you do it every day, then pretty soon you can run 3 miles, with hardly breaking a sweat. In fact, after a while, it takes 6 miles to make you sweat.
Yes.
But that only comes with repetition. You have to do it every day. You have to be consistent about it.
Yes.
And I find that if I run at the same, if I get up and put on my shoes and socks and have a cup of coffee and run first thing in the morning, then I'm consistent about it.
Yes.
And I think writing is the same way. I think you have to establish a time and a place, and it has to become routine. And once it does, it becomes much more pleasurable.
Yes.
I have finally, it took me years of struggling with jogging until I actually got comfortable running. And now I have the same experience when I run.